How are you guys today? We're just going to wait a couple minutes for people to come live. We have a very interesting show today. The subject is on guarding the city of God. When they first mentioned that to me this morning, I was like, wow, guarding the city of God. And I asked them, what do you mean guarding the city of God? What is the city of God? You're in it, they said. You're in it. We'll get into that in just a moment. Just think about that concept. Guarding the city of God, and that you're already in it. You're already in the city of God. It's not a place in some mystical space called heaven. It is a place of the here and the now. It is in the temple of 9 gates. The temple of 9 gates. So you can imagine my surprise when they said that the body, the physical body, in which we all live and move and have our being while we are in this physical dimension, is the city of God, this body. And they said to me, it's important that you guard well the city of God. It has 9 gates, the city of God. It has 9 gates. When I queried them about what they meant by 9 gates, they said these are entry and exit points from the body. And we call them the 9 gates. And you can look at your body and you can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There are 9 entry and exit points on the city of God, which is the living flesh, the body. Your body is the city of the living God. And they said, guarding the city of God is your most sacred duty, first and foremost, above all other duties, to guard the city of God. They also said it is important to attend to the children of God. I said, well, who are the children of God? They are those who do not know that they are in the city of God. Those ones you call infants and children, who have no awareness that they are in heaven, although they are in heaven and know it not. And many of you have been living in heaven your entire lives and still know it not. So what is guarding the city of God? And they said to me, the first thing is to watch what you allow to come in, what you allow to come into the city. What thoughts, what ideas do you allow to come in to the city, into this citadel, the city of God? That's what your body is. It's the city of the living God. You do not have to die and go to a place called heaven to meet God, for it is within you, and you are meant to be its guard. You are meant to be the guardian of this holy city called your body. What you shall put into it, what you shall eat, what you shall drink, what you shall think, what you shall say, what you shall do. These you have choice and must exercise extreme discretion over, for these things are what affect you most. And there are many in this physical dimension that gain great glory for themselves by giving you garbage to put into your city. What you shall think, what you shall believe, what you shall consume, what you bring into your city. There are many that benefit from you not being in charge at the gates of the city of the living God, which is this temple in which you find yourself, that body, that you hear these words entering those ears through, or from which you are reading these lips, or from what your eyes are picking up. Whatever you allow into your temple, be mindful and diligent and ever discretionary about what you will allow into the city of God. You are in the city of God in that body. It is alive. And you are aware that it is alive. You can feel the beating of your heart in your chest. And it is being orchestrated for you. And you've been given one job: to guard the temple, the city of the living God, to only allow in, to only allow out that which is in harmony and pleasing to your heart, to your mind, to your temple. So what you shall eat and what you shall drink, what you bring into the city of God, what you bring into it, only you can guard the gates of the city of God. And you have 9 gates. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 gateways through which information comes and through which information leaves. Things come and go at the city of God, but you must stand at the entranceway and meticulously, lovingly, discerningly allow what should come in or what should not come in. Many of you are finding yourselves struggling with health of the body because you have allowed garbage into your city, and now you expect someone else to clean it up. Maybe a pill or a drug will clean up your city. And then there are those ideas and those thoughts that you have been blessed with, or perhaps not so, that you have allowed to come into the temple through the ears and through the eyes and through the senses of touch, where you have allowed thoughts and ideas that do not ennoble a living God, that cause it to suffer needlessly. And yet it continues to beat your heart. It continues to give you the awareness of your experience and what you call your life. And you have but one simple task: to guard well the gates as to what you shall think or what you shall not think, what you shall accept or not accept from this world around you. You are the eternal guardian of the city of God. Anytime you come into an incarnation, you come into a new city in which the living God dwells, and you are with it. You are always with it. You are never separate from it. Many of you are not out of control because you wish to be out of control, but because you had no control over what was offered you. You were given many things and offered many things before you could know or could distinguish what was good or what was not good, before you could inherit the process of judgment to know what is righteous and what is not righteous. Many of you in very formative years in that incarnation that you find yourself in right now, and in others, found yourselves being given information that somehow death and destruction, that fear and anger are mechanisms of the divine, and they are not. The divine is a life-giving consciousness that you have a direct relationship with because you live in its house. Guarding the city. And so many of you received gifts from those bearing them, your parents and your teachers and your friends. Many mechanisms giving you information, offering you the gift of ideas, inspiration, life and death, packaged in very precise ways for you to accept or to not accept. And some would even offer you a gift that would be so sweet to the taste, but be so bitter to the body. And they would offer you ideas that would give you the belief that you could be more satisfied with what they would give you than what God itself has given you. And now you find yourself wanting to be free of your suffering, and you find yourself wanting to be of service. And you came in being free. You came in already free, and you are in this moment already free. But it is time to get out the garbage from your eyes and from your ears, to clear the house, the holy house of the mind, the holy house of the body, to cleanse them of ideas and information that are detrimental to both the city of God and the spirit of your being. Understanding what you should eat and what you should drink, for many of you, would bear to be the most important place to begin. What to eat and what to drink, what is pleasing to the temple. We have watched many times where these little ones are given food that their parents were told by some authority would be good for their children, and they gave this food to their children, and their child sought to spit it out, to say, I do not like it, but they believed what they were told. I must make my child eat this. And you taught your children to allow garbage into the temple, even though they tried with the limited capabilities they had to say, no, this is not compatible with my divine city. At the insistence of the environment, many of these children today have now found themselves wrapped up in gross and unnecessary confusion about what is good and what is evil, what is right and what is wrong, although on a visceral level, every single human being knows that which is right and that which is wrong. To do harm is wrong, whether it be to your own temple or to another's. To do any harm is wrong. When we came to this one today to explain this idea of guarding the city of God, that it is important that you as an awareness stand at the ready of your mind and your body to say, I will only let enter into this house that which is most pleasing. And that which is most pleasing is that which will give this physical temple, this city of God, more life and more abundantly. Your lifespans can be significantly longer simply by adhering to very simple principles of what is right for your temple to have in your city and what is not right to have in your city. Filling your thoughts with destructive ideas and information and fear is, well, we will use the word an abomination for your sacred light. That anything that would seek to diminish the wonder and majesty of what you are and what has been given to you, we would use that term. anything that would subvert the light that you are deserves no place in your temple, in your city. And so we simply say to you, be willing to stand up and open your eye and see, for you know when you open your eye what thought is good, what thought is not good. You can stand at the gateway of the temple and decide which is righteous and which is not. What is it that serves you? What is it that does not serve you? You must come to the understanding of this consciously. It cannot be done for you, although we will give you moments of illumination and inspiration. Moments of illumination and inspiration where you get the understanding, this is not right. I should not do this. And then you must stand fast in your righteousness that you may implement it in your life deliberately. So as you hear these words, understand that you stand at the doorway of the city of God, listening attentively, we hope, to the understanding that you and you alone are able to deliberately and intentionally decide what shall come into your house, into the city of the living God, that it is you that will decide this and must decide this. But we will always offer you inspiration and ideas and information to do so, simply for the process of being aware and asking for guidance, for acceptance, for truth. It is time for some questions. Good morning. Hello, Magnet. Hello, Tanya, Maria. So yeah, when they came to me this morning during my meditation, it was like, they said, it's time to start guarding the city of God. You got to talk about this to people. You can get this information out. Guarding the city of God. That's what we as an awareness are. You know, we are an awareness that can be observant of what's coming in, what we consume physically. And it's so simple. It's really very simple. Don't put things in the city that are not going to be good for it. You wouldn't shovel manure into the front of your door, would you? Of your house? No, you wouldn't. Nobody would. But we've been conditioned by societal conditioning, somebody who's created a bunch of rules and ideas that they think is appropriate, like ideas like war, really dumb idea, war, one of the dumbest ideas in creations humanity's ever come up with, if in fact humanity came up with that idea. But war is a dumb idea. Hi, Tanya. I'm going through a challenging breakup with a borderline bipolar style personality and am in the process of releasing and transmuting. Any guidance? Much gratitude. Yeah, let go of the past. Do not let your mind go back. Stay steadfast. Keep the gates closed. I'm not allowing that in my consciousness anymore. But yeah, okay. Stay away from the past. Stop looking back to go forward. Because if you're looking back, you ain't going to go forward, but you'll go backwards. Right? Yeah. Don't look back. Stay in the present moment. Know what thoughts ye think are as precious as any gemstone, or as dangerous as a weapon. Wow, thank you. Hello, Manoj. You once told me that I have hearing disability because I don't listen to my inner voice. I'm trying my best to listen to my inner voice, but I think I'm doing poorly. Any advice? Stop trying so hard. If you are trying, you've already partially decided you're failing. This is something that's really profound. At least I'm trying to do this. Think about the word I'm trying to hear versus I'm going to listen. There's a difference between the word trying and any other word. Doing, trying and doing. Just say those words. I'm trying to hear, I'm hearing. One is I'm going to try. The other is I am. That distinction in awareness, that distinction in consciousness, that distinction in energy. I am hearing. Spend a day with that, Manoj. I am hearing. I am hearing. Stay with that awareness for a day. Remember, you are the guardian of that holy temple that you're sitting in listening to these words. You're the guardian of that holy temple. Nobody else is going to guard your body and your mind for you but you. And unless you decide to turn control over to somebody else like the television or the radio or somebody else who you think has got a better idea. And hopefully they do. And if they do, then they can inspire you, because there's lots of people here that will inspire you. There's also been enlightened beings that have come down during this ascension time to offer you guidance outside of the limits of what you've already known. Very important. Hello, Benjamin. Hi, Catherine. Hi, Amanda. Hi, Benjamin. Question from Benjamin. I lost some money to an online scam. What is the purpose behind this? Thanks and much love. Always check your inner guidance, not your need, because a part of you that needs is going to want to create more need. A part of you that's really sensitive. Is this right? Does this make me feel more joy? Does this make me feel more peace? Does this make me feel more fulfilled? Does this make me feel like I'm in alignment? You need to learn to ask the right questions when you find yourself dealing with stuff like that. They just tell me anytime now. I know instantly not to do that, or to do that, not do that, or to do that. And you got to teach yourself to become sensitive to that. Really, Benjamin, like train your awareness to be sensitive. Your need for more is going to continue to create less for you. Your need for more. There's a difference between need and wanting. If you understand the difference between wanting and needing, and those two different energies, you're going to find that needing is going to make you do, think, and be in certain ways that keeps the need alive, so you'll always need. Whereas wanting will give you a different energy that will allow you to be conscious of choices and actions more distinctly. Wow, thank you so much. Appreciate that. Hello, Catherine. Hello, Jana. Question from Drusilla. Can you ask about the upgrades going on now? Oh yeah, there are lots of this stuff going on right now, folks. Like for about another 24 hours, we're still getting all of these ascension energies from the sun, right? One of the things our modern science does not include in their model of what is happening in the universe in time, space, and matter. While conventional physics and science measures the cause and effect and the electrical processes between things, it has not factored in the relationship of awareness over matter, time, and space from the perspective of energy. Awareness directs energy. You as an awareness direct energy. And science has not recognized that relationship between awareness and emotion that interacts with and organizes the electrical interplay of objects and matter and time and space. Awareness. Very exciting times. So yeah, a lot of these upgrades happening right now. Meditation. If any of you start finding yourself getting sudden heart palpitations, that this has been happening quite frequently when these new ascension energies come from the sun and the galactic center of the galaxy. When you start to feel that, relax, breathe, allow the system to open up to receive and integrate the energies. Because if you've got resistance to it, it's like two football players hitting each other, right? Bang! You want to stop that. You want to go into a meditative state. Stop, relax, breathe, open yourself up to receiving the energy that's coming. Whether they call it gamma rays or X-rays or cosmic rays, it's just energy of a different frequency that science says affects the body and affects the mind in certain ways, and it does when there's resistance. If there's some sort of resistance in the system, then it's like, again, the two football players. So just go into a relaxed and open state. Yes, there is a way that you can track when these ascension energies are being emitted by the sun on a larger scale. I mean, they always are, but because of the last 2 years of human consciousness being so embedded in fear, we've generated a wave of energy that's affecting changes in time space around us, and it causes an effect. All emotion is energy in motion. All emotion is energy in motion. Wow. So yeah, be open, receiving them. Thank you for that donation, Bogumila. I'm waiting results of my biopsy that was done on my right breast. Is this cancerous? I'm getting a strong no that it is not, but that you may be told that it is a precondition for this. That it is a precondition for this, and we would simply encourage you to remove from your body those things that you put in that support an unhealthy body, to remove those things deliberately. Wow. Question from Kathy. Can you tell me that, by the way, that's not medical advice. I'm not a medical doctor. I just channel the information that comes through to me. Just be mindful of that, Bogumila. But listen to them. They're not, I've never known them to be wrong with me in the last 2.5 years, or any time actually. Question from Nancy. Can you tell me who my personal guides are? Thank you. Yeah, they're telling me not to do that today, but Odin wants to work with you and has been for some time. If you've ever heard of Odin, look up Odin, and you'll also find that Freya is not far from him as well. But you have 3 other guardian angels that want to become more conscious of their presence. And one of them says they work with number sequences. Another one says that they use blue light. They get your attention with a flash of blue light. They do that quite frequently. And the other one does it, you hear a whisper. You think somebody's around you, it's them. So those are the 3 signs that your guardian angels are around you, right? But Odin and Freya also are not far from working with you too. But thank you. Question from Patricia. All I want to do is drink water. Very little interest in food. Ascension symptoms? Yes. Also, Patricia, you might want to look into breatharianism. Look into breatharianism, because there's a lot of beings in this physical dimension that are going through a transcendent process where you're transcending matter, time, and space and beginning to work with it very differently than we have for the last 2,000 years. We're learning to apply what Master Jesus has been working with so many of us to do, right? Is to literally ask in your stream. You are the director, the creator. You can use the very power of infinite intelligence, God, to create and change time space, right? But yeah, look into breatharianism. You'll find that very, very useful, because your body might be getting highly charged electrically, right? And so water's a good conductor. But look into breatharianism. I think you'll find that pranic breathing will be very helpful. Right. I don't know who's SJK. I know you didn't ask the question, but I'm going to respond to the comment you made about your dog. It is important, if you are hypervigilant and in a fearful state of your dog harming others, it will feel that from you and be prepared to protect you if you perceive that you are under any potential threat, or there is a potential there, because a dog does not reason like we do. It just recognizes one of the members of the pack is feeling this way, and therefore I better respond this way. And your dog will protect you, because that's what dogs do with each other. They protect each other, look out for each other. Anyway, I encourage you to check out a guy named Caesar. He'd be a really great guy for you to look into. Yes. So be willing to relinquish your fear around others. Be mindful for the dog. Just keep it on a firm leash, but not a tight leash, a firm leash. And relinquish your fear. Relinquish your fear. And once you've relinquished your fear long enough, consistently enough, the dog will be at ease around you. Then you can let the leash up a little bit more. The more you feel at ease, the more you release the tension on the leash. As you feel more at ease, you've got to train your dog that it is always safe with you, not the other way around. Right? It depends on you. You're the alpha. But you can give the alpha position over to your dog, and that causes problems. Question from Magnet. Can you please tell me just a bit about my angels or guides? I have a lot of trouble connecting to them. It's not, you don't have, nobody has trouble connecting with their guides and angels except that they got going on in their heads. Get your mind still and quiet. Literally, like, get your mind still and quiet. Only when your mind is quiet can you then begin to hear. Only when your mind is quiet can you then begin to hear. Close the city gates. Close all of the gates. Close the gates of the city of the living God. Go within and be at peace and listen. Do not listen to the world if you wish to hear the voice of God. You must turn your attention away from the world to hear the voice of God within you. The voices of the angels are within you. Wow, thank you. Yes, thank you, Amanda. Yeah, it happens a lot. We got Saint Germain hitting, but I got a bunch of beings here with us today. Rainbow of Boxes. That's a nice username. Hello. I'm just gonna check this one more time. There we go. I think we are almost done for the day. Question from Bethany. Any messages for me today? Just drop that fear like it's a hot potato. Drop all of your fear like it is a hot potato. Drop all of your fear like it is a hot potato. You know, it is so important to understand that this is the city of God and you are its guardian. You are literally God's warrior, guarding his home, you know, or her home. You exist to make this temple sacred. This is the temple of God, not some church, not some synagogue. The temple of the living God is, you're in it right now. And what you allow in, you know, you look at the synagogues, you look at the churches, what they allow in those buildings, they are very regimented about. Why do you think that is? Because they know something, right? You must be the minister of your own church. This wonderful temple of the living God in which you breathe and move and live. Clean it up. Release from your temple that which this world has given you that does not please your heart and your soul. And release that from your body that no longer serves it. Those things that you eat and those things that you drink for the sake of drunken pleasure themselves, let them go. They are simply polluting your city. And yet you have been taught to believe that celebration should transcend intelligence. That celebration should transcend your intelligence. That you should just leave the doors open and let whatever or whomever comes into your house come into your house. But you would not do this with your physical house, would you? The one that you live in, would you leave the doors open and say, whoever wishes to come in and go out, let them come and go? No, you would not do this. You are in the temple of the living God. You do not need to go anywhere, but you do need to learn to listen, and you do need to be the guardian of the sacred. Wow, thank you so much. Got time for a couple more questions. Question from Lauren. Who was that being that pressed on my head, and then I woke up and saw two illuminated circles like eyes? Oh, that's interesting. They're saying, we do not wish to be revealed to you at this time, but we do want you to know that we are with you. The light surrounds you now. These rings, the light surrounds you now. It will be revealed to you. Cool. Thank you, Lauren. Yeah, question from Rosemary. I always feel emotional when I hear about Mother Kuan Yin. What is my connection to her? You're like sisters, right? I love that. Kuan Yin's a beautiful being. I love her, getting goosebumps. Just her presence is just incredible. But the love and the joy that you two have shared for many lifetimes. The name that you know her of as Kuan Yin is but one of many. You may also know her as what you call the Mother Mary. She was also known as the one you would call Joan of Arc. She has gone by many names. But please understand that our relationship is very unique in this, that you will feel the joy of light coming from you. When you think on me, she's saying, when you think on me, speak. Now, I don't know what that means, but that's just saying, when you think on me, speak. I love her energy. So cool. Rudy's asking, I know I must let go of cigarettes. Is there any advice for help to release the thoughts of Nignan? Yes, absolutely, Rudy. And I'm going to talk from personal William experience, 3D William experience, because I was a hardcore smoker for 30 years. And I had an epiphany that I now know was an epiphany from my guardian angels. And it was, I was about to light a cigarette. And I suddenly I became aware of the urge to smoke, the urge I had for the cigarette. So I felt the urge, and I was grabbing the cigarette, and I got, wait, this urge for the cigarette is something within me. It's not because of the cigarette. And then the minute I began to question what the urge for the cigarette was, a voice in my head said, there's something within you that wants to emerge, but you have been trained by your environment that you should find satisfaction in the world alone. And I got to tell you, when that awareness came to me, it was like I literally put the cigarette down. I had no desire for it. The desire for the cigarette just went. And I started exploring, what is this urge? What is this urge that's trying to emerge? That was the question I asked myself. What is this urge trying to emerge? And over the period of the next 6 months, I just stopped smoking completely. My cigarettes, I was a 2-pack a day guy then, and I'm going back 25 years maybe. And I remember how it just cut in half, day one. And it just cut in half every day over the next 6 months. And every time I questioned what is trying to emerge, one time I got writing, so I started writing. Another time I was supposed to study computers and learn to work with computers, and I did that. So different things began to come out of that inner urge, which was something trying to emerge. And most addictions, from that experience to me, most addictions and I've observed this in others too, most addictions aren't about what you're trying to get, it's what you're trying to become. But we've been so trained that when we have a need, that we automatically have been conditioned that we're going to get our needs satisfied from the outside world first. And that's not true. There is something so freaking incredible inside of you right now that's trying to emerge, especially if it's a long-term addiction or habit. There's something really powerful because it's still trying to emerge, right? It's still trying to emerge. So when you go to get a desire for a cigarette, ask, what is this in me that's seeking to come out, rather than what is it I'm trying to get? Because the urge, the cigarette is designed to chemically alter the way you feel about that which is within you, which is this urge that gets suppressed every time you smoke a cigarette. So ask yourself, what is trying to emerge? And I'll tell you, that was a real page turner in my life when that awareness came to me, that urge for anything is something trying to emerge. An urge is something trying to emerge, not something that has to be satisfied. Anyway, I hope that helps out. I'm glad I could offer that to you, Rudy. Question from Magnet. Last question, folks. I have a habit of scratching my legs, and how do I get over the urge? Your legs are trying to tell you you're not hydrated properly. You're not hydrated properly. You're not hydrated properly. You need to get hydrated properly. The lower body's not hydrated properly. Yeah, and there's different things you can use for that too. Shea butter, real organic African shea butter, preferably from Ghana. That's natural. You want to try that. That's really good for that. But you want to really get your body hydrated. They're saying hydrated. Tell her to get hydrated, right? Thank you for that, Edgar. Any guidance for me from Jesus today? Thank you for your service, William. Oh, you're very welcome, Edgar. Guidance for Edgar from you, Master. Wow, he's never said this before. He's saying you need to walk with your head bowed down. I do not mean your physical head. I mean that your thoughts and your beliefs, your ideas, your mind, it must be made subservient. You must bow it down before you. Let not your head govern your heart. Being very, very clear. Wow, that's really cool. I never heard that concept. Like putting your head down isn't about bowing your head in prayer. It's literally about making your thoughts, your ego, your personality humble before you, not making your personality so important. Bowing your head down. That's really cool. I like that, Master Jesus. Thank you. Bowing your head. Have your head bowed today. So it's not the physical head. He's talking about your thoughts, your emotions, your beliefs in who you think you are, to be humbled, right? Let it go. Put it down. Wow. Oh, you're welcome, Drusilla. That was such a game changer for me in so many ways. Because I had issues with drinking too. And that process of understanding what is trying to emerge, instead of what I have an urge for, what's trying to emerge, completely changed things for me in so many ways. And got me ready to where I am right now. It's really cool. So I want to say thank you, everybody. If you want to support my channel, please become a member of my Patreon page, patreon.com. If you've liked this video, remember to subscribe to the channel, right? Subscribe to the channel. Click the notification bell so you'll get notified when we come live or when we post new videos. And please remember to give this video a thumbs up, share it with others. We're in the middle of a drive. We're trying to get to 2,000 subscribers, and we're really close now. I think we got about 100. We need 180. I got to check the numbers. But we're getting there. So give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel. If you want to know more about the work that I do, please go to my website, williammichaelforbes.com, and have yourselves a wonderful and joyful day. Thank you for your time, your patience, your energy, and your perseverance. I want to thank the divine beings that were here with us today. I want to thank Master Jesus for being present. I want to thank Kuan Yin for being present today. Thank you so much. Have yourselves a wonderful and a joyful day. Much love, everybody. Bye for now.